Hello students, today I am starting a new chapter of literature, A Spark Neglected Burns the House. This chapter is based on a saying that a little bit of careless in the beginning leads to a big destruction. A spark neglected means if a spark is ignored, it will lead to a big fire. It can burn a big house also. The spark over here symbolizes any mistake, any small mistake. If it is ignored, then it could lead to a very big problem. A spark neglected burns the house is based on a Russian story where Ivan, a farmer, fights with his neighbor Gabriel, and fight becomes very intense. It takes a big shape, and ultimately both the families suffer a huge loss. At the end of the chapter, at the end of today's class, in the assignment section, I have given you some words, some new words, and the phrases. You have to find out the meaning of those words and phrases. Okay, so hear the reading of the chapter. A spark neglected burns the house. There once lived in a village a prosperous peasant named Ivan Sherbakov. He was well off, in the prime of his life, one of the best workers in the village, and had 3 sons, of whom were able to work. There was nothing which could prevent Ivan and his family from leading a happy life. They always had enough grain to last beyond the next harvest, and sold enough oats to pay the taxes and meet their needs. They had only one idle mouth to feed, that of Ivan's father, who suffered from asthma and lay on top of an oven. Ivan and his children would have lived happily if there hadn't been a feud between him and his next door neighbor Gabriel Ivanov. Children, this is a story about 2 peasants who are living in a village. The name of one peasant, the first peasant, is Ivan Sherbakov, and the another, his next door neighbor, is Gabriel Ivanov. In the first paragraph, there is an introduction of Ivan's family and Ivan. Ivan is a very well-off farmer. He is a very rich peasant, you can say, of a village who had everything which makes a person successful. He had 3 sons, of whom were able to work. That means he had healthy, robust sons who used to help him in his work. There was nothing which could prevent Ivan and his family from leading a happy life. His life was happy throughout. He was nothing short of. They had enough grain to last beyond the next harvest. That means they had stored enough grain which could last after the next harvest also. They had enough oats to sell and to pay taxes and to meet their needs. But there was only one member in Ivan's family who was idle, who was doing nothing. He was Ivan's father, who was sick. He was suffering from asthma, and he was lying aside on a place top of an oven. Children, top of an oven means there was an area over the kitchen, in the second floor of the kitchen, where their oven was, and there was one place where his father used to lie in a cot. Ivan and his children would have lived happily if there hadn't been a feud. Feud means quarrel, a fight. The life would have gone in a very smooth manner if there hadn't been a fight between Gabriel and Ivan. Second paragraph. As a Godfrey, Gabriel's father was alive and Ivan's father was healthy enough to manage the household. Both families lived as neighbors should. But when the son became the head of their families, everything changed. All this started with a trifle. Ivan's daughter-in-law had a hen which started laying eggs quite early during the season. She started collecting them for Easter. Every day she went to the cart shed and found an egg on the cart. Now, as long as Godfrey, Gabriel's father, was alive, now we talk about their past life. Past life in the sense when Ivan and Gabriel were young, and their father used to take care of their families. Godfrey was Gabriel's father, and Ivan's father, who was also young at that time, they were very good friends, and family lived happily like good neighbors. There was nothing, there were never a fight between them, and they were living peacefully. But the things changed when Ivan and Gabriel took hold of their families. When they became the head of their families, things differed. And this time, when Ivan is the head of the family, because of a small trifle means a small argument which resulted in a big fight began. It happened like Ivan had a daughter-in-law and she had a hen. Her hen started laying eggs quite early during the season, and Ivan's daughter-in-law started collecting the eggs of her hen for Easter. Every day she used to go to cart shed and get an egg which was laid by her hen. But one day the hen, probably frightened by the children, flew across into Gabriel's yard and laid its egg there. The women heard the cackling, but she thought, I have no time now. I must tidy up for Sunday. I will fetch the egg later on. During the evening, she went to the cart, but no eggs was found there. She went and asked Ivan and her brother-in-law Taras whether they had taken the egg. No, they had not, but Taras said, your biddy laid its egg in the neighbor's cart shed. Now what happened, one day Ivan's daughter-in-law's hen flew into Gabriel's yard, in the Gabriel's courtyard, probably because it was frightened by the children of Ivan's family, and the hen flew across into Gabriel's yard and laid its egg there. The women heard the cackling. The women means Ivan's daughter-in-law heard the sound of the hen, but she thought that she will collect the hen later on. I must tidy up for Sunday. She said that on Sunday I will collect all the eggs. I will fetch the egg later on, and postponing the collection of the eggs for Sunday, she ignored it. During the evening she went to the cart. But in the evening, when she went to the cart to collect the egg, she found no egg there. She went and asked Ivan and her brother-in-law Taras. She went to Ivan, her father-in-law and brother-in-law, and asked about the egg and wanted to know that if they had taken the egg from the cart shed. But she got a negative reply. Ivan's daughter-in-law was informed by Taras that her hen had laid its egg into the neighbor's cart shed, into the neighbor's area. It was there she was cackling, and she flew back across the fence from there. Then she went to Gabriel's house. Gabriel's mother came out to meet her. What do you want, young women? Granny, my hen flew across this morning. Did she lay an egg here? We never saw anything of it. The Lord be thanked. Our hens started laying long ago. We collect our own eggs and have no need of other people's. And we don't go looking for egg in other people's yards. Lass. The young woman was offended and gave her a harsh reply. Her neighbor answered in the same tone, and the women started abusing each other. Other women of both the houses joined the quarrel, and there was a general uproar. All were shouting at the same time. Then they caught the yoke, split the water, snatched each other's shawl, and started fighting. Now, when Taras informed Ivan's daughter-in-law about the hen, that the hen had laid its egg in Gabriel's courtyard, then the daughter-in-law went into Gabriel's house. Gabriel's mother came out and she wanted to know why the daughter-in-law had come to her house. Daughter-in-law, initially, in the beginning, in a very decent manner, she spoke to Gabriel's mother and addressed her as a granny, and very politely asked that, "Grandmother, did my hen flow across this morning in your area, and had she laid any egg here?" But grandmother replied in a very stern tone, in a very strict tone. She said, very boastfully, in a very proud manner, she said, "Lord be thanked. Our hens started laying eggs long ago, and we collect our own eggs. We have no need of other people's. And yes, we do not go for collecting the eggs in other people's yard." This answer was little bit rude, and this annoyed the young woman. The young woman who was whom? The young woman was Ivan's daughter-in-law. She felt bad. She also gave a harsh reply this time, and this time her neighbor answered in the same tone. Her neighbor means granny also answered in the most rude manner, and both the women started abusing each other. Hearing the sound, hearing the voices, the other women of both the houses also came out, and they joined their house members, and in no second and in no time there was a general uproar in the sense only a sound of fighting could be heard from a distance. All were shouting at the same time. They caught the yoke. Yoke means the part of a dress, the front part of the dress of ladies wearing in Russian country. They caught the yoke, they took the yoke in their hand, they started snatching the dresses of each other, they split water also, then they snatched each other's shawls also, and they started fighting badly. Gabriel, who was returning from the fields, joined his wife. Ivan and his son rushed to join the women of the Sherbakov family. Ivan was too strong, for he scattered all of them, pulling some hair out of Gabriel's beard. The neighbors who came to see what the matter separated them with great difficulty. This is how the quarrel began. Now, after the women started the fight, men too joined them. Gabriel, who was returning from the field, when he saw his wife fighting, he also joined his wife. Similarly, Ivan and his son, also who was returning, rushed to join the women of Sherbakov family. But Ivan was more strong. He was stronger than rest of the men who were involved in the fight, and he scattered all of them. He pulling some hair of Gabriel's beard, and in this push and pull, in this fight, in this struggle, he tore some hair of Gabriel's beard. Their neighbors who came to see what the matter was separated them with great difficulty. And this is how the quarrel began. Gabriel wrapped the torn hair into a piece of paper, went to the district court to seek justice. He went to district court to complain against Ivan. "I didn't grow my beard," he said, for pockmarked Ivan to pull it out. Therefore, the dispute grew. Gabriel went to the district court and complained against Ivan, and he said that my beard is not for to be pulled by pockmarked Ivan. Now, children, what is the meaning of pockmarked? Pockmarked is a kind of a face on which the marks can be seen left after the chicken pox, like there are some scars on the face, that is called pock-marked face. So he criticized, he abused, a sort of an abusive language he used for him, and he said, my beard is not for playing to be played by Ivan. The old man who lay on the top of the oven tried to bring about reconciliation. Who was the old man? The old man was the father of Ivan, and who was hearing all this feud, all this noise which was taking place outside, and he tried to pacify his family. He tried to console, he tried to explain Ivan that that was not good for them, and they should live like a good neighbors. And he wanted to bring about reconciliation. Reconciliation means he tried to bring peace between both the families, but Ivan and his family did not listen at all. He said, it's a stupid thing you are after. The old man said that it is really a stupid reason for which you both are fighting. Children picking quarrels about such a paltry matter. Paltry matter means a very small matter. He said, children, you people are fighting for a very small reason. Just think. The whole thing began about an egg. It was a small egg for which the fight began. The children may have taken it well, what matter? And see, just think, the children, the youngsters are also taking from you people only, and they will learn fighting. What's the value of one egg? He said, I mean, for one egg, you people are fighting for such a small reason. God sends enough for all. Now he says that God has given us all and he is sending. But the members of the family ignored to the advice of the old man. But they did not seem to be interested in the advice given by the old man. They thought that his words were mere senseless dotage. They thought that it is just because of an old age, and because the man has lost all the spirit, all the prestige, all you can say all prestige and all respect, and now he has become too old to fight. He is speaking like that. Ivan would not make himself before his neighbor. He was not the man. Ivan was not the man to go for any kind of a peace from his side, and he also went to the court then. They were tried by the Justice of Peace and District Court, and there was a trial. They both were heard in the court of Justice of Peace and District Court. As the court proceedings were taking place, the coupling pin of Gabriel's cart went missing, and at the time, or you say during the proceedings were taking place, the coupling pin of Gabriel's car went missing. Children, what is a coupling pin? It's a sort of a small wheel-like structure on which the car runs, or you say it's an important instrument which fastens the wheel, which connects the wheel. So that of Gabriel's car went missing, and the women folk of his house accused Ivan's son of stealing it, and Gabriel's family, ladies of Gabriel's family, they blamed Ivan's son for stealing it. So they again went to law to resolve the matter. So the matter once again raised and once again became intense, and they had to once again, for the missing of coupling pin also, Gabriel's family and Ivan's family both had to go to district court to solve the matter.